All right, just got out of that trade. I sold as we rallied here, about a 50% pullback. Thought the move down was strong enough. There's a tail at the bottom, but it was a strong enough bear bar that I thought we'd get sellers at a 50% pullback. Um, we broke above a channel from the high of the channel from yesterday. So, especially with that big sell-off on the first bar, I thought we'd probably go lower. So I thought it'd be okay to sell a 50% pullback, and I just had a conservative target of testing the low close. And so I sold 2 shares, and I think it was 34 cents on 2 shares, so 68 cents total. So a good way to start. Obviously, we could go lower, and we are going lower, but I thought a test down to the low close was reasonable. And my risk was equal to my reward. So I had a stop up here, target down here, and I thought it was more likely that we get down to the low close than it was that we break above the high, especially after a breakout above a bull channel. I sold below this bar. Doesn't look too good right now, but I was seeing it as a double top here, and then a breakout, and then a second entry sell. So 2 consecutive failed breakouts above this double top. Trading range day, high in a trading range, and a second entry sell. So second entry from here, first entry, second entry, and also second entry from here. So a double top. And so I thought there was enough going on, enough reasons to sell, or there were enough reasons to sell for me to take this short with a stop above. So we'll see if it works out. I think it was reasonable. I'm gonna try to take 2 shares off at 50 cents, and I'll leave 1 share to see how far we can go. Because of this really sharp rally after the trigger of the sell, it's making me feel like it might be okay to get out break even or here with a small profit, because this bear bar is made up of smaller bear bars. Like on the 1 minute chart, it has 5 consecutive bear bars. But then on the trigger bar, it's a really strong bull bar, which you see right here. So that really strong bull bar interrupts the selling. And so that might make it more of a trading range and less of a bear trend. And so I'm feeling like it might be okay to exit. Now, obviously, I missed that opportunity. But I think it decreases the probability of a sell-off, and it might be okay to get out break even once it gets back to the entry. I exited with a small loss. I mean, I don't think it would have been a mistake if I exited break even, but I exited with a small loss, 10-cent loss. So I ended up losing 30 cents on that. Oh, shit. All right. Now I'm out. I only sold 2 shares because that was my profit target, so I just moved my target up. So I only got out of 2. Now I'm out of the full position. And so I got out of 1 share break even, and I took a 10-cent loss on 2 shares. So I lost 20 cents, still at 48 cents for the day. After this sharp move up, I started to explain why it would be okay to get out break even. And when it started to reverse up, I guess I convinced myself that that might be the best thing to do. And so that may prove to be a case of micromanaging, but it also might be the right decision. And I didn't take a huge loss, so it would hurt if it worked out, but I think that's okay. I think it's an okay thing to do. I think I'd be more forgiving of myself if I got out break even on the full thing. But that being said, this bull bar, I would be exiting above it. So I did technically save myself 50-cent loss or 60-cent loss. So I thought about this a little bit more, and after the bull bar, I thought it might be an okay buy for a double bottom bull flag. So breakout and then double bottom, and we got a pretty good signal bar. So I'm thinking that might be an okay long. So I took it for 1 share. Wasn't very certain of it, but I think it seems like an okay thing to do here. My main concern is that we broke above the bull channel, but we haven't reached the trend line yet. And that's usually the target, the first target. So that's what I was looking for on the short. I thought it was a second entry short and that we'd have to get down to the trend line. And so then we didn't get there. We formed double bottom instead and got a signal bar. So then I decided to go long, but we still have this target here. So I don't know how much higher we can go without getting to the trend line first. I just realized that this is trade 400, so this is my last trade of this batch. Hopefully can close it out with a winner. Would be nice for this bar to close on its high. Would be even nicer if it closed as a giant bull bar, but it doesn't look like we're going to do that. And if we get a bear bar now, after the failed breakout, I think I'll exit below. It is a third push up here, so we'll get some profit taking. And that's why I'll be quick to exit. A couple reasons. One is that it's a third push up, bull channel, so if it gets to the top of the channel, it's probably headed down to the bottom of the channel, but still no reason to sell yet. I have my order to take my share off at 305.67, which is the top of the channel there. Hesitated here for a while. Might have been a little bit too greedy. I had a lot of time to take off profits there. Let's see what happens over the next couple bars. I just like to exit at the high close. So still no real reason to exit there because it's a 5-bar bull micro channel, bad sell signal, tail on the bottom. But I think the context is okay. Top of the channel and broad bull channel. So presumably there's profit takers here and people looking to sell. So didn't want to be too greedy and I was just waiting for an extra 2 cents. So I thought might as well just take profits at the high close, which ended up being 14 cents below my initial target, which is not bad. So finished the day with 86 cents, and that is the last trade of this batch. So that's trade 400. And I'll make another video about the changes that I'm going to make moving forward, and what size I'll be increasing to, and I think I'll also make a video about my lessons learned, because I think these last 100 trades have taught me a lot about what I need to be doing, and so I'll make a video about that as well.